Welcome to Rom Wills, Money Matters. Retail businesses are failing because of age demographics. See, it's funny because, I see all these videos online and they talking about all these businesses going out and everything. And I'm going to tell you what, man, it's really age demographics. Nobody wants to talk about that. Like a lot of these businesses, a lot of these retail businesses and stuff, they going out of business because they were actually built on older people. These were businesses built on baby boomers. These were businesses built on Gen Xers and maybe some millennials. But remember last week I was talking about Gen Z going to the malls. Now, I've been checking out businesses for younger people. They don't seem to be complaining. Like when I go to my local mall, the businesses are disappearing. We already had one major department store go out of business, just period. And now there's another major department store about to close up there. And they talking about building homes and, condos and everything up there, right? And I was just thinking about that because when I would go to one of the retail places, I was like, for the most part, it's for older people. The only time you saw younger people going there is for prom or something to get some suits. But for the most part, when you look at a lot of the stuff in there, they only have a small section for younger people. Younger people, especially younger women. And for young men, just no. So it's just oh, okay, but y'all expect to make money. And I'm thinking about this. I was looking at, I'll be looking at some of the videos of, retail chains and stuff going out. I was like, these are for older folks, though. The stuff that's really catering to younger people, well, they're not really complaining. They're not really complaining. That and, stuff I'll mention it, Victoria's Secret. They seem to be everywhere. They doing well, be crowded. Everybody still wants sex. The women still want sex, right? But many are failing because people are not looking at it. They trying to figure out stuff. No, different age groups going to want different things. Older people are going to buy clothes differently from what younger people buy. They're going to buy it. Like in the county I live in now, and I'm not sure what this is otherwise, but I had a lady friend who works at a local high school, and she was saying all these young girls in there wearing pajama pants. And that's something in this area. I don't know if that's wherever you are. I'm in Maryland. If you're in another state and you've seen a lot of that, please let me know. But older people ain't gonna be wearing those same things. Those are two different types of clothes. If younger people wearing stuff that look like pajama clothes and everything, pajama pants, and older people ain't wearing them, but you got stores selling stuff other than what younger people are wearing, they're not gonna stay in business long. And really, people need to look at that. Once again, I referred to what I talked about last week, about Gen Z going back to the malls. It was either last week or the week before. I don't know. Once I record them, it's there. But these are two different groups of people. They buying different things. They looking at different things. Even when I go to my local mall, stuff that's catering to younger people, those stores aren't complaining. Those stores are still getting people coming in and out buying stuff and everything. The stores that are catering to older folks, those are the ones that are having trouble. And I'm thinking that's the same thing. Even when I've checked out other malls and everything like that, it's the stores catering to older folks that are having trouble, you can walk in and out of and everything. And, one thing with retail, they have to really keep in mind that different age groups are going to have different clothing styles, different things they're going to want, different purses. I'll give you an example. Say you have a clothing store that specializes in business clothing and everything. But one of the things with especially a lot of younger businesses, a lot of like millennial and Gen Z businesses, business owners and stuff, they don't be dressing up like they used to. You don't have to wear like that corporate suit anymore. Therefore, anybody selling corporate suits, they're not going to make as much money as maybe they used to. Because if you think about it seriously, if you go out, just pay attention who's wearing what type of clothes they wearing. That's the main thing. What are they wearing? You know, what are they putting on? What kind of jewelry they wearing? You know, and then there's other factors as well. Like older people would get married more. Remember, you used to go in like any shopping mall, you have all these jewelry stores and everything. That's because older people would get married. The older people would be getting like, you know, these diamonds and everything. You don't see that like you used to. You don't see that. The jewelry stores, they're disappearing. And then, you know, of course, the younger people aren't dating like they used to. So, you know, some guys ain't buying that jewelry for the ladies. And I had a mentor, he had pointed out a lot of these restaurants going out of business because a lot of younger people aren't dating like they used to. Remember, older people used to be like, go to school, work, get married, all of that stuff. You know, they still had to go on dates. But younger people, they not as big on dating. They not as big on dating. So places like a lot of these restaurants, you think about it, a lot of restaurants, they were just there for some young man to take a woman on a date, to hang out with, to go out and eat and all of that. You know, so older generations, oh yeah, but see, they married and all of that. Younger generations, they ain't doing that like they used to. You know, so they are failing. They're not getting the same traffic because I'm noticing a lot of businesses, even where I live, in the area I live, right, the general area, a lot of businesses going out. But see, they were for older people. Like there was one place, and this was a big place, but it was for a certain crowd. That certain crowd is disappearing from the area. The business went out. And it still hasn't been filled. There's quite a few businesses, but these businesses cater to older people. That's one thing I repeat with them. Diners, restaurants, stuff like that cater to older people. Younger people, they weren't going. They weren't going. In fact, you know, even when you have situations where a lot of younger people, they not buying their own homes. They moving back in with mommy and daddy. Why would they spend money on like the stuff you need, the normal stuff you need in a home? You know, so no matter how you look at it, plus, if you start with the baby boomers, that was a big generation. Nobody has come close to the baby boomers since. The next generation after the baby boomers, the Gen Xers. Gen Xers didn't have as many, there weren't as many Gen Xers as there were baby boomers. That can affect a business depending on where you are. If you have a business that's catering to baby boomers, then they would have been having trouble like catering to the next generation. It's just it's not as many people. And then there's a lot of talk about the population dearth. You know, it's not as many babies being born. That affects a lot too. Because I remember they used to have toy stores like crazy. They don't have them like they used to. In fact, usually they had to have the toy stores and maybe a part of other department stores, or, you know, maybe a place like in the mall during Christmas time and they set up a kiosk or get a space in there real quick. Think about that. It's demographics and stuff, all right? Demographics are very important for business, all right? I want y'all to think about that and look around. Ask yourself, whenever you see a business go out, like ask yourself, what was the age group that used that business? What was the age group? Is that age group in this particular area and everything? Think about that, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. Despite everything, let's go make that money.